We are live. Mike Phillip filling in once again for Dr. Peter Glidden. We got Mike in Ottawa riding shotgun. He's recovering from a surgery that he just got so that he would look good in his yoga pants. How you doing, Mike? I made that last part up, by the way. Yeah. So
that got me. No, I know what you were referencing.
Yeah. It's a trend that's happening where women are getting cosmetic surgery to look good in their yoga pants. I guess if you've got that much money to throw around, get a couple ribs removed to look like a Barbie doll, or that 10 minutes that you're doing yoga to look good in your ridiculous.
I thought that was Marilyn Manson with the ribs removed.
Yeah, we're not going to get into that. Lori in California, Wanda in California, Betty, all of y'all stay on the line. We're going to get to you. We're just going to discuss a few things first. Big shout out to my good buddy, Gordy the Powerball Letcher. He just informed me this morning that the lead singer of the Stone Temple Pilots, Scott Weiland, is dead, and it's no big surprise, I guess. His band probably hated him. He screwed them out of a lot of money, blowing off tours to party with Dennis Rodman, who's probably next on the list. But that's how it goes, I guess, when you live that rock and roll lifestyle. 844-374-5433 is the number to call if you want to get in on the conversation here. Now, I want to talk about the wolf, or in Latin, lupus. Lupus.
You mean the CNN guy? Wolf Blitzer?
Yeah, Lupus Blitzer, yeah.
Lupus Blitzer.
Lupus Blitzer.
Or
like that show in the 80s, Air Lupus, right, about the helicopter.
Oh,
Yeah. So, okay.
Yeah.
Lupus, right? This is getting bigger, and the reason it's in the news now is because a lot of people are being diagnosed with it. Up here in Canada, Selena Gomez, who used to be dating Justin Bieber, which, kind of put her in second in command over the country, I suppose. She got diagnosed with lupus, and they promptly put her on a round of chemotherapy drugs. Now, why in God's name would you allow somebody to give you chemotherapy drugs for a disease that, for all intents and purposes, is made up? And they give it this name, lupus, which, as I alluded to earlier, is Latin for wolf. Because they got to do that. It's a priesthood. They've got to pretend they're smarter than you and throw a bunch of Latin words at you. And you think, wow, that sounds really science-y, so I better listen. But listen to the list of symptoms that they will give for this disease called lupus. Extreme tiredness, headaches, painful or swollen joints, fever, anemia, swelling in the feet, legs, hands, and around the eyes, pain in the chest when breathing deeply, sun or light sensitivity, hair loss, abnormal blood clotting, fingers turning white and or blue when cold, mouth and nose ulcers, and the granddaddy of them all, a butterfly-shaped rash across the cheeks and nose, which reminded physicians of a wolf's bite, hence the name lupus. So, I've never seen somebody suffering from a wolf bite to the face, but I suppose that's what lupus looks like. I don't know. But I've been hearing a lot about this disease because, I get people calling me to discuss this stuff all the time. I guess because of my position on the radio show and working with Dr. Glidden. But I would like to mention one thing. I knew of a lady that was diagnosed with lupus. We brought Dr. Glidden up here to speak about, I guess it'd be about 3 or 4 years ago now. She was a very active lady in her lifestyle. She was from Hungary. Her and her husband moved to Edmonton, Alberta. They were into rock climbing and all kinds of stuff. Well, she got diagnosed with lupus, and she was almost bound to a wheelchair by the time they came to see Dr. Glidden. Well, he spent a good hour with them talking after his presentation, and he put her on a very extreme nutritional protocol, and she was completely recovered within 6 months. So it's interesting if you look up lupus, if you just Google it and go to Medscape or, any online symptom service that, they will always mention to you that the disease that you're looking up, and they make a big point out of this, has no cure. All right. So first of all, they want to give it a name that you don't understand. Sounds sciencey. Then they want to tell you that it has no cure. And interestingly enough, they're giving people chemotherapy drugs to treat the disease, which they will remind you ad nauseum has no cure. And doing this show, you remember, Mike, just a couple weeks back, we had a lady phone in. She had arthritis, and they put her on chemotherapy drugs. You remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah,
And the good thing about
drugs at anything.
Yeah, and I mean, the scam is obvious. Chemotherapy drugs are the only ones that they can receive legally a direct monetary kickback from. All the other ones, they can get boat rides or free dinners, stuff like that. So there's a payoff, but it seems to me that they're broadening the definition of what can be treated by a chemotherapy drug, and it's a sensitive topic. It really is, because I've ran into people that are really messed up. And they will swear up and down that chemotherapy saved their life, even though they can hardly walk. They've had their thyroid removed, multiple surgeries, but the chemotherapy saved my life. Well, right now they have absolutely no quality of life, and you can't even talk to them because they're convinced that the treatment that destroyed their life saved their life. And I'm sure you've run into this as well, Mike.
Yeah, actually, a funny thing is I was just making a comment with somebody, I don't know, about 3 or 4 hours ago. Yeah, my coworker from my other job passed out and stuff like that. And when she finally woke up and stuff, we were talking, and I don't remember exactly what the comment was about. Actually, I think it was something to do with her dog, and I said, you know what, if your dog's barking so much, you fed that dog for 15 years, maybe you should stir fry it or something like that. And she's like, oh, but the dog wouldn't taste that good because she has cysts. And I said, well, the vet said that those cysts were naturally occurring. So why would you argue with the vet? Because the vet must know what's best. And then
Right.
she's like, yeah, it's probably nutritional. And I was like, look, this is the way that the medical world works. It's a religion and a cult. It doesn't actually have to make sense, and there doesn't have to be any scientific backing. As long as those lords called doctors say that this will work and this is how your life should become, then you should just believe it. And that's the problem with these people on these chemotherapy drugs, or people who go to their medical doctor for 65 years and they keep getting worse and worse and worse. It's because they believe that these drugs will work. They believe in what their medical doctor says, because it's literally just a religion. It's a cult. Okay?
Agreed.
So, yeah, so they go to these doctors for years and years and years, and they're getting these chemotherapy drugs, and they're like, oh, no, the chemotherapy drugs must have killed me, must have healed me, must have, made me feel so much better. And 28 surgeries later, they're walking around in a walker and stuff like that. And it's like, you talk to the person and you're just like, let's say Bob. It's like, well, Bob, did you try nutrition? And he's like, no, my doctor says chemotherapy. And it's like, Bob's only 50 now, and he looks like he's 600 years old. And it's funny. It's funny. A lot of the times, these chemotherapy drugs, which, just so everybody knows, are really cheap to make, and they're really expensive to buy, and they're extremely deadly. They're called nucleosides. Okay, that means that they destroy the nucleus of your cell in most cases. So you got to think about that. I mean, the whole job of it is to, depending on the chemotherapy drugs, some of them specifically destroy one chain out of your DNA consistently, so your cells can't reproduce properly, or they will do something like, cause certain nucleus in your body to self-destruct. Basically, your cells will start to degrade and self-destruct. It's that word that I was about to say, and it's translated. Its acronym is BS. We'll just say, or no.
Yeah.
The short form is BS. It's total BS.
Bovine excrement.
Bovine excrement.
Yeah. Well, and and that's it. But I mean, it depends on, and the whole thing depends on who you're willing to trust. And it's a big Madison Avenue scam to convince you to part with your money, not because you want to look better or be sexy or something like that. It's actually done to people that are in fear for their life. Now, here on the show, we promote medical nutrition, which I've seen work over and over again, not only in my own life, but a huge array of people around me. And if you're going to do it, you got to be committed. It's not something where you can expect to, well, I'll clean up my diet and I'll try taking a large amount of nutrients for a month. And if it doesn't work, then no, that's not how it works. This is a lifelong thing. You've got to be committed. So, I mean, whether you've got skin issues, acid reflux, whatever the case might be, this is something that's going to have to go on for the rest of your life. And you know what? You have the power. You can fix it on your own. That's the beautiful part of it. There is hope. Okay? You don't have to stay in it. But as long as you're willing to believe proven liars, guess what? You're going to get what you're going to get. And the old saying that King Solomon wrote, a fool and his money are soon parted, is more true than people know. Mike and Mike filling in for Dr. Glidden. We've got phone lines lit up like a Christmas tree. We're going to get to some of these calls right after this.
So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today.
Hi, this is Dr. Joel Wallach, the Dead Doctors Don't Lie guy. Have you ever wondered why farmers can keep their livestock lean and healthy just by feeding them minerals in a nutrient-dense diet? Before market, they cut off their minerals, leaving them to crave high-calorie grains to fatten them up. So if weight control is this easy, why does the medical system prescribe invasive surgical gastric bypass for humans? The truth be told, according to research, you can avoid over 900 different diseases just by getting 90 essential nutrients daily. Check us out on the web at sonsoflibertyteam.com. and order your Healthy Start Pack and get your 90 for life. Or dial 855-301-TEAM. I said essential, not optional, and every day. Easy. 90 for life on the web at sonsoflibertyteam.com or call 855-301-TEAM. That's 855-301-TEAM. That's 855-301-TEAM. Check us out on the web at sonsoflibertyteam.com. At sonsoflibertyteam.com.
Hey, Berkey Guy here. Are you still drinking unfiltered tap water? Does your water contain chlorine or fluoride? Will you have drinkable water in an emergency? The Berkey Guy is here to help you remove these and other potential contaminants from your water, thus helping you drink clean, purified water. We offer Berkey water purification systems at the lowest available prices online. Don't go another moment without Berkey system. Over the last 10 years, we've helped thousands drink clean, purified water. Join them by visiting goberkey.com or call me, the Berkey Guy, at 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653.
If you're like me, you're concerned about the stock market and the economy. You're asking the questions, but it just doesn't seem that you're getting the right answers. Well, my friends at the Wealth Preservation Institute not only have the answers, but they've put together a free report, How to Survive the Upcoming Economic Collapse and Protect Your 401ks, IRA savings, and retirement income. Don't hesitate. This report's for free for a limited time by calling 888-772-2929. That's 888-772-2929. Take back your financial lives today.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Friday, December the 4th. Where's the time go? Christmas is right around the corner. If you're into that. Let's go over to Lori in California. It's Ladies' Day. Lori, Wanda, Betty, Sally. We're going to get to all of you, but let's talk to Lori in California. Lori, how you doing this morning?
Hi, great, very good. Thanks.
Good to hear.
We really enjoyed the webinar last night on depression. I'm not sure if you were able to watch that too, but we really enjoyed it.
I wasn't there for the live webinar, but I'm going to go back and watch the rebroadcast today. So, Dr. Glidden's got a really great take on depression. And, people do not have to take antidepressants. In fact, it's probably better that they don't. I mean, if you go to there's a website called ssristories.com. And just about every, if you look at mass school shootings with kids, and there's so many stories of kids that were perfectly fine. They went to their doctor. Doctor said, "Are you feeling angry or upset?" And this beautiful 13-year-old girl says, "Yeah, there's some girls at school that are being mean to me." Doctor says, "Holy smokes, you need drugs," and they put them on these antidepressants. And a short while later, they find them hanging in a closet or whatever the case might be. But yeah, ssristories.com is a really great one to look at because, I wouldn't take those drugs if my life depended on it, which it doesn't. So, Lori, what's going on? Your husband's having some troubles, hey?
Right. Well, about 3 years ago, he came up with vitiligo on his cheek. So he was losing the pigment in his skin on the side of his cheek. So he went on a gluten-free diet, completely eliminated the sciatic nerve pain that he'd had for years and years and years, feeling much, much better. He underwent a stool test that showed poor gut quality bacteria as well as 2+ candida. So that's something that he really hasn't worked on getting rid of. The only issue he has is that he'll wake up between 2 and 4 in the morning almost every night, and then not be able to go back to sleep for a few hours. So I'm just not sure if that's affected the candida or not. I know that Dr. Glidden has mentioned the Argentin 23, which we've ordered, but I don't know exactly how to use that or how much or whether he needs to get another stool test because it's about 1.5 years old, but wondering if that might cause his insomnia.
Yeah, well, okay, so when you talk about your husband getting up at 2 to 3, 4, whatever, in the middle of the night, and the fact that he's got a candida problem, that screams blood sugar right there. Mike, you agree?
I was just that's just what I was mumbling to myself. I was saying, this guy's
You're always
eating a lot of
mumbling to yourself.
carbohydrates. Yeah,
Yep.
it's definitely a blood sugar problem in terms of that, and a probiotic issue.
Yep. So the one they go hand in hand. Oh, that's the thing. just like we were talking about a little bit ago with lupus, you get all these different symptoms. They give it a weird name. 9 times out of 10, it can be traced back to a dietary issue and a mineral deficiency. They go hand in hand. So for blood sugar issues, your husband needs to be on a healthy blood and sugar pack, possibly extra sweeties so that his body can deal with the sugar that's in the blood. Because, I mean, when you got sugar in your blood, it's going to feed parasites. It's going to feed microbes. So you want your body to be able to deal with it. But I would also cut off all carbohydrates, sugars. In the meantime, get him on the sweeties. Has he suffered any kind of depression issues since we're on the topic?
Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, see, it's all one and the same. So healthy blood sugar pack, 1 per 100 pounds of body weight, cut out the carbohydrates. The root beer belly is a really great way to go. More protein. Yeah, absolutely. Protein will help the immune system to fight off the little nasties that are in the blood causing all these different problems. And you can actually apply colloidal silver topically as well as internally. And tell him to do that for 3 months, 90 days. Keep in touch with the show. And I bet you that there's a large difference made in the situation. And it's really that simple. I mean, he already stopped doing gluten, and there was a bit of an improvement, you were saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. So that's obviously the first step that anybody needs to take. And for anybody out there that hasn't been listening to the show, gluten is a protein that the stomach can't break down. It destroys your intestinal tract, wrecks your immune system, causes all kinds of problems. Lori, stick around. We'll be back after this hard break, and we'll get to Wanda, Betty, and Sally after this. Welcome back to the show. We are live. Where does the time go? We're already in the second half here. We were talking with Lori in California about her husband before the break, and my recommendation, based on what I would do if I was in the same situation. Mind you, I don't have a husband. But, yeah, 2 healthy blood sugar packs. And I would also add to that, upon a little bit further thinking, extra protein, as Mike mentioned, and 2 bottles of plant-derived minerals. Cut off the carbs, cut out sugar for a little while, see how it goes after 3 months. Get back in touch with the show, Lori, because I want to know how things are going. How does that sound?
Okay, that sounds. One thing I didn't mention is that he also has a couple of weird rashes that just won't go away, kind of like psoriasis sort of thing. So I imagine that's that's probably tied in with the same thing. I would do exactly what we had just mentioned and see if that. I bet you it's all hand in hand. It's probably all the same problem.
Okay, you mentioned the colloidal silver topically. Should he rub that on the rash that he has, or should he consume that internally, or how should he?
Yeah, he can take it internally. He can put it on everywhere that there's a rash. He can also oil of oregano, tea tree oil are great natural antibiotics. And with a rash or with any kind of an infection like that, it's good to keep them guessing and keep them confused. So, like, if a person can rotate the oregano oil, tea tree oil, and silver, it keeps them on the ropes. And you want to keep doing that until it's gone, like every hour. You know what I'm saying? It's not a once-in-a-day thing. And keep the diet tight as well. Mike, you had something you wanted to mention. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I was also going to say, you really want to starve the candida. Candida is a yeast infection. Okay, it's a fungal infection, and you want to starve it. And I mean, so when Mike said cut the carbs, that means no fruit, no milk, no alcohol, because that's a very big one with a lot of people. No fruit, no milk, no alcohol, nothing that contains sugar. Okay? Milk has lactose. You don't want any milk products. You don't want any fruit because that has fructose. And fructose and alcohol are really, really, really big culprits. Okay? So you really want to make sure he's not getting even starchy vegetables, okay? No potatoes, okay? He's got to focus on meats and eggs and things like that. Basically, he's got to become a little bit more carnivorous. Another thing I'd recommend is a muciloid, fiber supplement like a Metamucil. Okay, you might want to look into that. And definitely you want to double or triple up on your probiotics, especially before bed, because that's when your digestive system calms down. So try not to have any food within 3 hours of sleeping. And, you can double up on some probiotics at night as well. And yeah, Mike, definitely oil of oregano is a good suggestion. That's amazing. I love oil of oregano. Try and get a higher, when you go to get your oil of oregano, you're going to look for something called carvacrol. That's the primary ingredient that they use in, that's the primary component of oil of oregano that gives it its potency. So you want to look for a percentage between 75 and 90% carvacrol. It'll be written right on it. Okay. And, in case anybody's wondering, there's products like Lysol and Pine Sol and stuff like that. That SOL at the end of it, and the reason why those products have antibacterial properties is because they use a synthetic version of carvacrol. So Lysol and carvacrol, you get it? So just a little bit of information right there.
All right, Lori, we've given you several suggestions to work with. I want you to go ahead and do that. And listen, don't get discouraged if you do this for a week and you don't see any significant difference. You might and you might not, but this is a long-term thing because this is something that has built up over time, and it's going to take a little bit of time to get over it. So I said give it 3 months. You never know. It might take 6, but the payoff will be worth it. And if there's been, we mentioned extra protein and eggs. Eggs are great, and not only the protein, but the cholesterol. If there's ever been any kind of dysfunction in the bedroom or anything like that, I'm not going to have you say it for your husband's sake, but that'll go away as well. So, okay, good. Right on. Lori, we're going to let you go. I hope you wrote all that down. Keep in touch with the show. Let us know how your guy is doing. We're going to jump over to Wanda in California. Wanda, how you doing?
I'm fine. Well, not really, because I'm
well,
calling.
You wouldn't be calling me if you were fine, right?
That's true.
All right. So what's going on?
I have 3 major issues. One is receding gums with the weak teeth, no cavities. The second one is hair loss. I'm losing a lot of hair. I tried a lot of products. I get new growth about 1 inch to 1.5 inches, and then they all start falling out. And the last issue that I have is skin. I have so many skin issues, like the wrinkles, the bags under the eyes. It's called seborrheic keratosis, and it's like a little scab that goes all over my body. So I don't know anything about that, but I have a rough texture behind my arms, brown spots, so I'm going steadily downhill. So I figured I'm going to take control. I've been starting the Healthy Pack I'm on 3 weeks. I've cut out all the bad foods.
Good girl.
So I'm really trying to do well there, and even when I'm eating, I'm trying to bring up my protein to be about anywhere between 50 to 55.
Have you noticed an increase in energy or better sleep or anything so far?
No, I've always had an issue with sleeping. I sleep at 2 to 3 hours. That was due to a dropped bladder. So they fixed it, but unfortunately, I wake up 2 to 3 times during the night.
How much do you weigh, Wanda?
I weigh 97, 98 pounds.
Okay, here's what I want you to do.
5 feet 1 inch, too.
Yeah, okay, there's a couple of things that, aside from sticking with the list of foods Dr. Glidden recommends everybody stay away from, you've got the Healthy Start Pack. That's great, but I want you to add a couple things to it, okay?
Okay.
All right, there's a product called HGH Youth Complex. I want you to get that, okay? And I want you to take
you said it's an HGH, pardon?
Youth Complex. HGH Youth Complex. And I'm a big fan of the HGH Youth Complex. I've seen it make dramatic transformations in, it makes women beautiful. I mean, it'll make your skin beautiful. It's got the iodine that you require, and here's how you're going to use it. You're going to take 8 of them every single night right before you go to bed. And what's going to happen, here's what to look for. You're going to go into the deepest sleep that you've ever had in your life, and you're going to go into a dream state where when you wake up, it's going to take you 20 minutes to a half an hour to convince yourself that the dream didn't actually happen. Okay, that's how deep of a sleep. Yeah, I'm serious. I do this all the time. Like, instead of throwing in a movie, I'll take 8 HGH and go to bed and just sit back and wait and prepare to see what I'm going to see, because your dreams go crazy. All right. Now, I'm guessing that you got some thyroid issues going on as well. So I would double up on the... hang on a second, Mike. I'll let you talk in a second here. I would double up on the OsteoFX. All right. Aside from that Healthy Start Pack, extra calcium. All right.
Okay.
And selenium. 2 bottles of selenium, 6 per day. Mike, what do you got to say?
No, I was just going to say, isn't that going to cause major depression if she takes the HGH Youth Complex and she sleeps well? Because then when you come back to reality and you realize you have to pay taxes and pay for your hydro and stuff, I'm just like, isn't this a little bit contradictory? And then you have to wake up beside whoever you're with, and you're just like, man.
Think about it as a 12-hour
okay.
holiday.
I don't sleep with anybody.
Oh, there you go. Then, I mean,
That's not an issue.
It's like, I still have to deal with all of these life things. Why'd you give me such a good dream, Mike?
All right, Wanda. So, Healthy Start Pack, you already started that. 1 extra bottle of OsteoFX, and I want you to take an ounce of that right before bed with your 8 HGH Youth Complex. Keep in touch with the show. Extra protein. All right, eggs. If you can get a good protein supplement, that's fine. And let us know how you're doing, because I love my job, Wanda. I do. I love hearing people call me back and tell me that a guy that went to university for 8 years couldn't help them with their problem, but an ex-oil patch worker in Western Canada could in a 5-minute conversation. So if you need extra help, call the show back. Dr. Glidden will be back on Monday through Thursday. We'll be here every Friday, and I'm just dying to hear how this works for you. Wanda, are we good?
Yes, we are. Thank you very much.
You have yourself a great day, and I'm insanely jealous that you live in California, by the way, because the weather just sucks here.
Okay.
Take care of yourself. All right, Wanda, we're going to let you go. We're going to jump over to Betty, and I believe you're in Nebraska, aren't you, Betty?
Yes.
Betty, nice to talk to you. Nebraska is a great place, and you're having some issues with acid reflux, am I to believe?
Yes, that, and I have no gallbladder for another thing.
Well, somebody should be in jail for that.
Pardon?
Somebody should be in jail for pulling your gallbladder out. That's my opinion, but go on.
Some sleep issues, yes. I quit my hormone medication cream here about 2 weeks ago. I have food allergies. We've been on the product since August. I've added Z-Radical here for the thyroid probably this last month. Still having issues, I guess. So.
Yeah, okay, so the thyroid requires large amounts of calcium and selenium, those 2 things. So if you're doing the adequate amount of selenium and calcium, you could be, you've got food allergies, right? That's not a problem with the food. That's a problem with your digestive tract. So what you want to do is boost your digestion. You can take extra enzymes, which you're going to have to take enzymes for the rest of your life, because some idiot with a medical degree removed your gallbladder because, he was smarter than God, and he knew what he was doing, and he figured that your gallbladder was causing you problems, when in fact it serves a function. Your gallbladder produces enzymes for your body along with your liver. Mike, what do you got to say about this?
I am taking enzymes. I'm taking like 6 at each meal right now.
Okay, good girl. Like 10 minutes before you eat?
Yep.
All right, Mike, what are your thoughts?
Well, first thing I'm going to say is my heart goes out to you, because you are a medical success story, unfortunately. The fact that all of this destruction has happened to you shows how incompetent doctors are. So every time I hear people like you, I feel like I want to just choke a doctor, to be honest. Now, so basically you're mentioning food allergies, right? Do you have excessive diarrhea? Do you have a history of diarrhea?
No, just the opposite.
No, you get constipation, eh?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I still take a dose of Marilax every night. I still take a dose of Marilax every night. I still take a dose of Marilax every night. I still take a dose of Marilax every night. I still take a dose of Marilax every night. I still take a dose of Marilax every night. I still take a dose of Marilax every night. I still take a dose of Marilax every night. I still take a dose of Marilax every night. I still take a dose of Marilax every night. I still take a dose of Marilax every night. I still take a dose of Marilax every night. I still take a dose of Marilax every night. I still take a dose of Marilax every night. I still take a dose of Marilax every night. I still take a dose of Marilax every night. I still take a dose of Marilax every night. I still take a dose of Marilax every night. I still take a dose of Marilax every night. I still take a dose of Marilax every night. I still take a dose of Marilax every night. I still take a dose of Marilax every night. I still take a d Yeah.
Mineral? Is that a mineral oil?
No, it's a powder. I mean, you mix with water.
What's it made out of, if you don't mind me asking? If it's a fiber supplement or is it a petroleum-based supplement?
I hear the music, and that means we're going to have to get a little bit further into this on the other side of the break. Then we'll finish up that call and try to get to Sally after this. Mike and Mike, filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. Mike and Mike coming back at you live, filling in for Dr. Glidden, talking to Betty in Nebraska. Now, Betty, there's something that I want to bring up that could possibly speed up the process here. Dr. Glidden's a big fan of it. Mike is a big fan of it, and that is colonics, okay? That could make a drastic difference. Mike, could you get into that for the couple minutes we got left here? And with Sally in Nevada, hang on, we're going to try and get to you. But Mike, get into how that could help her situation drastically.
Okay. Well, colonics is basically the I call it an art of cleaning out your colon by doing, depending on what you want to do, it's a form of an enema. Basically, it's doing enemas. Do you know what an enema is?
Yes.
Okay. My suggestion is you research about enemas and colonics. Now, basically, yeah, Mike is right. There are ways you can heal the gut faster through enemas. I myself have used, and I also recommend that people try a combination of a little bit of warm water, like body temperature, and you can get pure aloe juice or something close enough at places like, I buy mine at Walmart, okay? I buy one called Fruit of the Earth aloe vera juice, and I'll mix that in with some probiotics. Okay, so warm water, clean warm water, so like usually bottled spring water.
There's clinics that do this as well.
Yeah, clinics can do it as well. Okay, yeah. I do it myself, but yeah, you can go to clinics for sure. And basically, so what'll happen is the colonics will clean out any caked on fecal matter that happens to be eating away at your intestines and making things, troublesome for you. Also, when you clean out your intestines, it gives your intestinal villi, which are these little, they kind of look like little fingers on a microscope. But anyways, the villi are what cause the, you probably have irritation down there, which means your villi are irritated. But villi is what facilitates nutrient absorption. So basically, it'll allow your intestinal walls and your villi to heal. And there's also a mucosal lining that you need to have regrown as well. So that's why I throw in the aloe vera and the probiotics, because the best way to get your probiotics is right up the butt, because that's where they eventually go. That's just a bit of quick little snippet about information on colonics and stuff. But yeah, I suggest you look into that. You can go to clinics, colon hydrotherapists. They're everywhere. And that'll help clean out your intestines. Oh, also one thing you might want to check out is glutamine. The amino acid glutamine has been shown to repair cells in your intestines. So you'd need to buy it in bulk. You'd need to buy like bulk glutamine powder. Again, if ever I need to go outside of Youngevity, sometimes I'll just go down to Walmart and I'll buy bulk glutamine there. It's like $12 here in Canada. And 5,000 milligrams, so 5 grams, okay, twice a day. Just mix it in warm water and then chug it. And that should go a long way into helping your intestines. Anything else you want to add, Mike?
No, I think that about covers it. Mike's also a big fan of coffee enemas, so if he ever asks you to stop by for a coffee, make sure you're clear on what you're getting yourself into. But
I don't drink coffee. I don't drink it through my mouth.
So Betty, we've given you a couple of suggestions, and I've heard of that rapidly. I mean, here's the thing. You can take all kinds of vitamins, but if your intestinal tract is caked with stuff that's been there for years, it's not going to absorb, and it's the absorption that matters. So if you can speed up that process, that's a really good way to go. And you want to find, if you go through a colon hydrotherapist. You want to find one that is going to replace the probiotics after the process is done, and keep doing your enzymes, keep doing your root beer belly and everything. And I think that you can speed up the process. We got 2 callers waiting, and I hear the music, and that means there's never enough time. Mike and Mike filling in once again for Dr. Peter Glidden. Thanks, Mike, for joining us. Thank you, Betty, Sally, the rest of the callers. Dr. Glidden will be back on Monday. Everybody have a great weekend.
Most of you know that heart disease is the #1 silent killer in the U.S. What if I told you for just $54.95 a month you could fight against heart disease naturally? At Heart and Body Extract, we've been helping thousands of people get back to a healthier heart. Don't just take my word for it. Check out all of the success stories at hbextract.com, or to order, call 866-295-5305. That's 866-295-5305. hbextract.com. Don't risk it when you can take charge of it.
Hi, I'm Rick Ossick with Famous Footwear. Did you know that premature birth is the #1 killer of babies? That's why we support the March of Dimes in the fight against premature birth. Join us in supporting cutting-edge research, treatment programs, and outreach to help moms have full-term pregnancies and healthy babies. Learn how you can help save babies' lives at marchofdimes.org.
Did you know that home break-ins increase more than 100% during the holidays? It takes just 10 seconds for an intruder to kick in your door, but police response to a home alarm system is more than 20 minutes, and intruders are in and out of your home in 5 minutes. Thieves know that you're not home and have presents inside just waiting to be taken. And if you are home, how safe will you feel with an intruder lurking inside with your family? That's why police across the country are recommending you use Door Armor. Proven to withstand the force of a battering ram, Door Armor keeps intruders out. It's easy to install and barely visible, and your Door Armor is guaranteed for life. Go to InvasionStopper.com for a very special buy one, get one at half off deal. These savings are for a limited time and only available to GCN listeners. Protect your valuables and loved ones this holiday season. Go to InvasionStopper.com now. That's InvasionStopper.com.
Attention, all men. Are you urinating more frequently? Do you wake up to urinate? Are you having a slower, weaker stream? Don't ignore the warning signs of your aging prostate. Get your free bottle of Super Beta Prostate. Super Beta Prostate is guaranteed to support a more complete emptying of your bladder, a fuller, stronger stream, and less waking at night to urinate.
Super Beta Prostate is a product that I really like. I endorse it. I use it myself. I was very pleasantly surprised that Super Beta Prostate helped me fairly quickly.
Super Beta Prostate is formulated with a natural plant enzyme called beta-cytosterol. It's so powerful, you'd have to take 100 salt palmetto pills to get the same sterols as just one Super Beta Prostate tablet. Don't ignore the warning signs of your aging prostate. Call now to get your free bottle of Super Beta Prostate. Call 1-800-853-1203. That's 1-800-853-1203. 800-853-1203.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
We use mobile devices right against our bodies every day, but growing scientific evidence has emerged showing serious health risks associated with exposure to EMF radiation emitted from these devices. The solution is Defender Shield, the most effective mobile radiation shielding ever developed. Defender Shield blocks virtually 100% of EMF radiation from cell phones, tablets, and laptops, and starts at just $64.99. Buy now at DefenderShield.com. For 10% off, use promo code GCN. DefenderShield.com, the worldwide leader in mobile radiation shielding.
We've had an amazing year here at Supernatural Silver. We've truly enjoyed the fantastic response from thousands of people as they've tried our extraordinary product, and we're thrilled at the life-changing results people have. Our company email is continually full of happy, satisfied customers who thank us for the help they've received from Supernatural Silver. This holiday season, as you think of gifts to give your loved ones, consider giving Supernatural Silver, a gift that can help provide good health and wellness, a gift that can change lives and make a real difference. In a world where we are constantly exposed to dangerous health threats, give yourself and your loved ones a fighting chance. Give Supernatural Silver. Go to supernaturalsilver.com and use the promo code HOLIDAY2015 for 20% off. And this holiday season, we wish you and yours the blessings of peace and good health from all of us here at supernaturalsilver.com.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't pick on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Blockit Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockitPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockitPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockitPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey Guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit GoBerkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey Guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products, most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey Guy at GoBerkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com, home of the Berkey Guy.
Are your Google search results killing you? Unflattering content in blogs, news articles, online reviews, social media, or other sources can jeopardize your reputation, your business, and your livelihood. Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. Improve your Google search results. Call Reputation.com at 1-800-831-0771 for a free consultation. That's 800-831-0771.
Thousands of people seeking home security get ripped off every day, and the home security industry wants you to believe that's your only option. They've got hordes of salesmen out there trying to scare you into signing one of their long-term contracts. You get stuck writing huge checks month after month with no way out. It's robbery by contract, and it can cost you thousands. But there's a better way to protect your home. Simply Safe Home Security. Simply Safe has no contracts. None. You'll get award-winning 24/7 protection. Security professionals watching over your home, ready to instantly send police to the rescue for just $14.99 per month. That's less than half what most companies charge. Protect your home the smart way. Visit simplysafedefense.com today for an exclusive 10% offer and get a free keychain remote worth $25. Only when you go to simplysafedefense.com. simplysafedefense.com.
As the cold and flu season approaches, Silver Lungs is ready to help you and your family through the toughest of the year by supporting your immune system and overall health. From our best-selling colloidal silver generating system to our entire line of silver-based skin gels, nasal sprays, soaps, and silver solutions. Silver solutions remain one of nature's most powerful and least expensive antibacterial agents. Now you can produce your own for pennies a day in the comfort of your home using the breakthrough technology of the Silver Lungs generator. Learn more today at www.silverlungs.com.
This is a healthcare alert from the Pain Relief Hotline. If you, a family member, or a loved one suffers from knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, we've got great news. You don't have to suffer any longer. You can immediately qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you by calling our 24/7 Pain Relief Hotline at 866-389-0620. Delivery is free and all paperwork is handled for you. If you are on Medicare and have knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain, don't wait. You can qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost by calling our 24/7 Pain Hotline now at 866-389-0620. Our representatives are standing by 24/7 to take your call and rush you your pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you. Shipping is free and all paperwork is handled for you. Just call 866-389-0620. That's 866-389-0620. Again, 866-389-0620.